Before we begin this video, I'm going to say right now, timestamps are in the description. We're going to split this into two parts. The first part, we're going to talk about where I've been again, because I've taken a break again. And then we're going to talk about the main topic of Charlie Kirk. So the first topic being me, where have I been? Why haven't I made any videos? Why am I so inconsistent? Well, I have this thing called imposter syndrome, where I make a video, I upload it, and I start to think to myself, no one wants to listen to you. No one wants to look at your face. No one wants to look at your teeth. What the fuck do you think you're doing, trying to put yourself on YouTube? That is the thing I have to deal with nearly every time I upload a video. So that's why, a lot of the times, that's why I take long breaks, because I feel like there's people out there that are doing it much better than what I am, and I feel like I'm just somebody who's not good enough to be doing YouTube, okay? But I've had an urge over the last week, I'm sure you know why, to come back and start doing YouTube again. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am the Crossman. I am your typical British man with bad teeth, lower class, and I am right-winger. Now, I'm pretty conservative, but this last week has been absolutely mental for everybody, okay? It's been mental for me, it's been mental for my missus, and she didn't even follow politics that much. It's been mental for everyone, because unfortunately last week, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Now, I never met Charlie personally, I didn't know him. What I can tell you is I first discovered Charlie in early 2024. I know for a fact it was before Trump was shot, because one of the first reactions I was looking for was Charlie's, because I knew how much Charlie loved Trump, okay? Now, Charlie was never an aggressive man. He was never a man that you thought, he's a far-right racist, or he's going a bit too far. I think some of his opinions, some of his views weren't for me. The whole religion thing, it's not for me. His stance on abortion, I think, was a little bit too extreme for me. I mean, I have an extreme abortion stance myself, but Charlie's was a little bit too far for me, okay? And the whole guns thing, I'm from England, we don't have guns, so I don't really have an opinion on your Second Amendment, okay? What I do have an opinion on is I agreed with a lot of the things Charlie said. I agreed with his stance on DEI. I agreed with his stance on being able to do what you want to do no matter the colour of your skin. Only having two genders, and that's not exactly something that should be a taboo subject. That's just a fact, okay? Charlie was doing his college campus talk. He was debating people, and he was shot in the throat by some sick fuck who hopefully will receive the death penalty once he is found guilty. But no matter what you thought about Charlie, he did not deserve what happened to him. His children do not deserve to grow up without a father. His wife does not deserve to continue her life without her husband. Okay? It wasn't only a political commentator that was taken away, it was a father and a husband, and somebody who I thought, long before he was assassinated, has the potential to be a future president of the United States. I thought we'd go from Trump to JD, from JD to Charlie. That's how I saw things for a good year. Unfortunately, that's not how it's going to be anymore. It's going to be Trump to JD and then to whoever, okay? I'm pretty confident JD Vance is going to be the next president of the United States of America. But I would say the biggest problem out of this entire thing, even though Charlie's assassination is a huge blow to everybody, the biggest problem for me is the video and the amount of people that have seen that video and the close-up video of Charlie's assassination. Unfortunately, I saw the close-up version of the assassination, and it still plays on my mind today. Seeing it play out, watching him put the microphone down, I'm not going to describe it, but If you know, you know. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That video has traumatized an entire generation of people. I think it's more than likely going to radicalize an entire generation of people. I personally I'm trying to stop myself from becoming radicalized because I'm starting to see all these politicians, all these British politicians, these American politicians, how much they lie, especially the left wingers. The right wingers lie as well, but the left wingers lie a hell of a lot more. Okay? And when I see them blatantly lie, it makes me so fucking angry. It makes me so angry that I want to take action. And I know I can't do that because I have a family and it's not what Charlie Kirk would have wanted. Okay? So I'm actively trying to stop myself from delving into conspiracy theories and being radicalized myself because I don't want to dive into that area. I want to try and get everybody to calm down. That's what needs to happen. We need, as a collective, whether you're left or you're right, we need to calm down, okay? The left wingers, the far left wingers, should I say, I don't want to, put everyone in a bubble. The far left wingers need to stop acting the way they are. I've been on Blue Sky recently. Have you guys ever been on Blue Sky, right? I thought last week I'll get Blue Sky because I want to see what these people actually say. I want to see what their opinions actually are. And my God, it is the biggest echo chamber I've ever seen. It is bad on Blue Sky, okay? These people need to calm down. We also need to calm down. We need to take a step back. I know everybody's angry. I know everybody wants to do something. I get it. But we need to take a step back. We need to calm down and we need to do things in a diplomatic and calm way in order to A, make sure what Charlie was trying to build wasn't a waste of time, and B, don't add flame to the fire don't add fuel to the fire, should I say, because if we do that, we're then going to give the left an actual legit reason to slander us. And right now, they don't really have an actual legit reason to slander us. They're just lying. But the last thing we want to do is give them a legit reason. Now, I saw something the other day, or yesterday, that did shock me a little bit. A young black man in Mississippi, I believe it was found hanging from a tree. Now, I don't know what happened there. What I do know is apparently his mom said that he wasn't suicidal, and from what Tyrone Magnus has said, Mississippi ain't for black people. Black people, from what Tyrone said, should stay out of Mississippi, okay? Now, I'm not black, I'm not American, I've never been to Mississippi, but I'm going from what Tyrone said. Tyrone's a black man, Tyrone grew up, everyone told him, stay out of Mississippi, okay? So I have a feeling that unfortunately some people have retaliated and they've gone way too far. We don't want to do that, okay? We don't want to do that. We don't want to do these things. We don't want to resort to violence. We don't want to resort to lies. We don't want to resort to manipulation. Because if we do that, we're no better than the left. We're no better than the far left. And I don't want to include people like Bill Maher or Stephen A. Smith or even Cenk Uygur, right? Even though Cenk Uygur calls everyone a fascist, he has been reasonable over the last week. There are a lot of people that are on the left that have been reasonable over the last week, and there have been a lot of people that have just been outright deranged lunatics, okay? We need, as a collective, to come together. We need to stop fighting so much. We need to figure out what our problems are. We need to figure out who's lying. We need to figure out who's not lying, because there are lies on both sides. There are manipulators on both sides. It just so happens that there's a lot more of them on the left, which is insane, because the left, the liberals, are supposed to be liberals, okay? They're supposed to be the people of, you can be whoever you want to be, you can think whatever you want to think, as long as it doesn't combat what we say, because if it does, we're going to silence you. That is called fascism. They call us the fascists. They call us the racists, when in actual fact isn't the case. They call Charlie Kirk a racist. They say Charlie Kirk hated black people. He hated gay people. When every clip I've seen of Charlie Kirk talking about black people or gay people, he's been very positive and nice to them, which is the way you should be. I mean, I don't like racism. I don't want racism on the right. I don't want racism on the left either. Charlie Kirk wasn't a racist. I'm not a racist. Donald Trump is not a racist. Nigel Farage, for people who pay attention to British politics, is not a racist. The majority of us aren't racist. I can't speak for Nick Fuentes because I've never watched him in my life. I've heard a lot of bad things about him. I'm not going to speak for him. But for the most part, a lot of us are not racist. We're not homophobic. We're not anti-Semitic. We're average people that want to live our lives in a normal society. And a normal society means black people are seen the same as white people. A normal society is gay people are seen the same as straight people. And a normal society is trans people are actually given the help that they need rather than being told that they can identify as a wild animal, a cat, a dog, a penguin. These are the things Charlie Kirk wanted. These are the things he was trying to get into the heads of all of these college kids in America, and he built up a very big following. Charlie Kirk has inspired an entire generation and will continue to inspire an entire generation even after his unfortunate death. So, the way I see things right now, the world is on fire, but it's our job to fan the flames. It's our job to make sure that the world doesn't explode. It's our job to try and calm things down a little bit. Do you have all these idiots online who are getting fired from saying horrible things about Charlie Kirk and his death? Sure, right? Just got to try and ignore these people, because these people, I mean, they're deranged. They're gonna lose their jobs, and I mean, I'm not a fan of cancel culture. I'm in two mindsets about this, because I feel like we're now the cancel culture guys, right? We're canceling these people, but the way I see it, these people have actively put out videos for the world to see of them being horrible people. So if these videos get to their bosses, it's not our problem. Even if we send those videos in that direction so the bosses see them, that's not our problem. That's their problem. The thing I don't support is doxing them, okay? Even though they're horrible, disgusting people, doxing them is not the way to go, because it sends a message that we're just as bad. And I know that we're not. The right-wingers are the people that we are the people of common sense. Some left-wingers are also the people of common sense, like, again, a Bill Maher, as much as you may not like him, or a Stephen A. Smith, right? I like those guys, even though that I disagree with them on a lot of things. I like them, and I would not lump them in with the actual radical far left. Now, how do we deal with the radical far left? We be honest. We don't manipulate, and we don't turn to violence. That is the best way that we can counter these people, because all they will do is lie about us. They will call us fascists. They will call us Nazis. They will call us racists until they turn blue in the face. But all we need to do is prove that we're not. And for the most part, that's what we've done. For the most part, the average person who doesn't pay attention to politics has seen what they're like and what we're like. And a lot of that is unfortunately thanks to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, I obviously never wanted Charlie Kirk to be assassinated. Nobody did. But that situation has caused a turning point to the point where the average person now sees what's going on. They see what the left are like, they see what the right are like, and they're starting to think, all these people that I've been told are racists and fascists for years, they're not that. And that's what we need to continue to prove. We need to make sure we're not violent. We need to make sure we never manipulating people or lying. And we need to make sure that we are the party of freedom and peace. That is the best way I can describe what's going on right now. I feel very sorry for the family of Charlie Kirk and his close friends and anyone who looked up to him. I mean, I can imagine it's very, very, very bad for all of those people right now. All of the people who debated him. I mean, Dean Withers, someone who hated Charlie Kirk, and he cried his eyes out. And it wasn't fake. I know when someone's fake crying, man, right? Dean Withers, real tears, man, real tears. And it wasn't staged, it was live, real tears. He cried his eyes out, okay? And I can respect that. As much as I don't like Dean Withers, I think he's a piece of shit. I can respect the fact that he has humanity, unlike the majority of people on the far left. But let me know what you think about this entire situation. What did you think about Charlie Kirk? Did you agree with him? Did you disagree with him? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and follow me on X at, I can't remember my current tag, Crossman Media. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.